The United Nations is worried about the incessant attacks and kidnapping of school children in parts of the country and has called on the federal government to find a lasting solution to the security crisis. Well, this is as the agency seeks $1 billion to fund 214 projects that will help address the plight of vulnerable people, especially children and women in the Northeast. Moyo Thomas reports.
The United Nations have been at the forefront of helping Nigeria overcome the impact of insecurity, especially in the Northeast, since the insurgency started almost 12 years ago. The UN have been able to do this through funding from partners. Borno, Adamawa and Yobe states combined have an estimated population of about 13.1 million people, out of which 8.7 million are vulnerable, with increasing needs in food, health and other basic amenities. But the target for the 2021 Humanitarian Response Plan is to provide assistance to about 6.4 million vulnerable people in these states. The 2021 Humanitarian Response Plan has now been launched, seeking $1 billion from partners to meet the needs of these vulnerable people. Declining funding still remains a major challenge, needing other forms of strategy.
And I've been clear in my advocacy at all levels that the only solution to the problem in Northeast Nigeria is peace. And I've called on stakeholders at all levels, at the highest level, that we must prioritize prevention, development where feasible, and humanitarian assistance where necessary or when needed.
Gender violence and other issues brought about by these humanitarian issues requires a lot of efforts to tackle.
But there will be no peace and there will be no durable, lasting solution if we do not involve women. They are half of the population. 81% of the households in the IDP camps are headed by a woman. She has to be part of the decision making about what happens to her in the society she lives in.
The UN says it has also been advocating aggressive implementation of safe schools to avoid another humanitarian crisis in the Northwest.
Why the girl child? Why this rampant kidnapping of school children? I mean, at times I actually lose it when I think about what is happening, especially the numbers, which are mind-blowing from our perspective. But we are advocating, we are reaching out to the government on ways of enhancing safe schools.
As the crisis in the north escalates with no end in sight, timely assistance and protection is imperative. There is need for the federal government at this time to take the lead in seeking a holistic approach to ending the humanitarian crisis in the Northeast and giving the people a hope of living. Moyo Thomas, TVC News, Abuja.